Hello and welcome to PJ's Media Reviews. I'm here with Sean today and we're going to talk about the new series that has just been announced, a Gotham PD series from Matt Reeves and Terrence Winter, set in the Batman world. That's the new film coming out in 21. This is officially a TV spin-off of that. And what were your first thoughts about this, Sean?
Um, why? I guess I had no idea. I wasn't following the news, and you sent me this. You said they're doing this, and I was like, what? Why? I mean, we just got Gotham. This feels, I don't know. This is strange. I'm confused by it, to be honest. I know nothing. I know nothing about it yet. I don't know, the actors. I don't really know what kind of premise they're going for. I'm just
Well,
confused at this point.
Jeffrey Wright is playing Gordon in the new film, and
Okay.
he's from God, what's that show? Westworld. I forget what. He's also in the James Bond movies as Felix Leiter or Leiter, Felix Leiter.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Jeffrey Wright. Let me just. Why can't I? Okay, there he is. So you know who I'm talking
Well,
about,
he's
right?
good. I like. Yeah, I like him. He's one of the most he's one of the more interesting characters in Westworld. The character he portrays.
So
I mean, let's not really talk about Westworld season 3, but he's one of the more interesting characters, and I really like him as an actor.
so you would assume he would be the star of the show if it's a show focusing on the Gotham PD, the Gotham Police Department
Yeah,
in the Batman world.
yeah.
Batman's out there somewhere. It seems like they
But are
haven't
they gonna
said.
do that though? Are they gonna do another show about Gordon and the GCPD like right off the bat here, like right after Gotham?
Yeah, my first thought was we just had a show
Just
with this
just had
exact same description.
we
A
just
show
had this
that focuses
premise.
on Gotham PD. Yeah.
I will admit though, so I watched the whole run of Gotham. I watched the whole thing, the whole 5 seasons, and sometimes I had fun with it. Sometimes it was like the most frustrating, infuriating episode because sometimes it was absolute garbage. What I got out of it was I loved the Penguin in it. I thought the Riddler wasn't too bad, and I really, really, really loved the whole Joker, not Joker. You know, what
Oh,
was it, Jeremiah? All of that.
Jerome,
Jerome,
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. I really, really enjoyed. That's what I got out of that show. And I think that David Mazouz, aka young Wayne, young Bruce Wayne, not
Yeah.
quite Batman yet. I think that he was great. And I was actually waiting for. I thought that we're gonna wait maybe 10 years, and until he's a bit older and buff, and then do like a follow up show to Gotham where he's really Batman.
Yeah. When Gotham first came out, that's what I thought. They were gonna like go through the Gotham series after so many seasons and then either jump ahead or just showed like the Batman Begins kind of origins of that particular character.
Mm.
But Gotham is one of those shows that I watched all the way through. I did miss like an episode here and there, but I did watch it as it aired, and it's one of the few shows that I don't like that I've actually watched all the way through, just because it is in the Batman world. I wanted to see what they did with all the different characters like Mister Freeze and yeah,
It,
Penguin is
it
the best
became
part of
kind
that
of a
entire show.
yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed what they did with Penguin. It kind of became a parody of itself. The
Yeah.
show, if that makes sense, it really became a strange kind of thing. Like every as noir and as dark and as gritty as it wanted to be, it was really campy. Um, I don't know, like all the characters kind of became caricatures of the. I mean, we're talking about supervillains here, but they still became caricatures of who they were.
Yeah.
Um, it was strange. Anyway, you say this Matt Reeves show is gonna be more grounded in like reality. It's gonna.
You know what? You know what? I think it's going to be like. You had Gotham, which to me was like an odd mishmash of Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher's style, with like a little bit of '60s camp in there. And
Yeah.
I think this new Gotham PD series. It doesn't have a name yet, but Gotham Central or whatever it's called. There was a comic called Gotham Central, I believe, based on Gordon and the police in Gotham City. But I think the new series might be more Nolan esque. Like
Yeah, I see what you
this
mean.
new this new Batman seems to be more grounded and gritty. If you've
Well, I want
seen
him to
like
be in. I want him to investigate, right? Because you recently said in one of your videos that like once you watch the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, there was a lot more kind of investigation going on from Batman's point of view.
that's the only version of that film that's worth watching
Oh, okay, well there we go.
because the theatrical version is a movie that was that was missing scenes that needed to be there.
Yeah, for clarification for anyone listening, there's a big difference between the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman and the Snyder Cut. It's not the same thing. The Snyder Cut is like a different movie
Well, with theatrical cut,
with different
this
scenes,
the
whereas
Snyder cut would be the extended version.
not really, because it's got like completely different scenes, and there's like new characters or characters that weren't featured, and it's gonna be complete. It's like a different. This is a different vision of what the movie could have been,
Yeah, but
whereas the Ultimate Edition.
just to avoid confusion, you said that the Ultimate Edition was or the theatrical cut is the Snyder cut, like is that's his
Oh no
theatrical
no
cut, right? Is that what you meant?
no. Okay, so Batman v Superman, there's like the theatrical cut, and the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, yeah,
And the
okay, yeah.
Ultimate Edition is like the extended. It's like the Lord of the Rings extended edition, right? It gives you more things to play with. Whereas the Snyder cut to Justice League is a completely different movie from the Justice League that we got in
Oh,
the
okay, I
cinema.
get you. Yeah,
It's not like an extended version. Like there's literally
yeah.
um, an actor that played a character that wasn't in Justice League, but now that character will be there. They actually have the actor, not just a CG model instead, etc.,
And when
etc.
you watch the Ultimate Edition, you really get what Snyder was going for,
Hmm.
and it seems like actually they've replaced uh, Batman versus Superman, the theatrical cut, with the Ultimate Edition on HBO Max in the United States.
Oh, really?
They
Is
completely
it you can't watch it anymore?
yeah, and that's the best thing because I think the theatrical cut is like literally a mistake. It's a movie that was cut down too much to the point where uh, the whole thing about Superman at the beginning, you don't know what the hell that was about. They
Not really.
completely skip over that whole like them
You're talking about
torching the bodies and all that.
the desert scene and all of that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
cut
that's
so much out of that beginning of it. It really confuses the rest of the movie because it keeps getting referenced, and you're like, What
Lois Lane
happened there?"
feels like she's there just because she's it's like, oh, she's a character in the comic book, so we have to put her in the movie, but she's kind of useless.
Jimmy Olsen is in that scene. He gets killed
Oh wow.
in the I think it's only in the extended version.
Okay.
So
Anyway,
yeah, do you
this
think?
Batman that Matt Reeves is doing, as it stands, Robert Pattinson is supposed to be young Ben Affleck. That's what we're supposed to believe here. That yeah, Robert Pattinson is going to be young Ben Affleck somehow,
Yeah,
and he's going to be the younger, I suppose, version of the Batman that we like. The Batman that we got was basically a broken Batman. Ben Affleck, Batfleck was uh, just destroyed
if
mentally.
that is if that is so, then I don't know because
Well,
in
are we gonna get a Jared Leto return, but as like a Robin or something?
oh god no.
You think they're just gonna forget about
Here's
that,
what
like not
here's what
go in
I
that
think.
direction?
The new this Matt Reeves the Batman seems to be set in modern times. It doesn't seem to be set 10 or 20 years before now.
Okay,
So the Batman we see in Batman versus Superman has been around for 20 years.
okay.
So if it's going to be a younger version of Ben Affleck's character, yeah, that crazy tattooed Joker is going to be not
Well, he's
just starting or just being formed now, and I don't like that. I don't think they're going to bring back because Matt Reeves talked about them having the
they could
Joker in
recast,
sequels.
but I was thinking the way I'm thinking is if like, I don't know how much Matt Reeves wants to tie into the rest of the DCEU. That's the thing. Maybe he just wants to do his thing, but
Yeah,
maybe he wants to tie into the rest of the DCU. But what they like I think it would be interesting to actually have recast a new actor if you want, but actually have a young Robin that evolves into the Joker that we saw into the in Suicide Squad, and have an actual Joker. I know everyone joked about Willem Dafoe being the Joker, but now he's someone else in Aquaman. Um, so he's already in the DCEU underwater.
Yeah, they call it a DCEU film, and it's like, okay, you have Jeffrey Wright as Gordon, and then you have, you know what I mean. You have what's his name, J. Jonah Jameson. Why am I blanking on his name? I just watched a movie with him in it. Oh God, J. Jonah.
Wait,
Whiplash.
oh, okay. You're talking about guy from Fantastic Four.
Guy from
Paul
Fantastic
Paul
Four.
is that not him? Paul Dano.
No, God, he's J. Jonah Jameson in
Okay.
the Spider-Man films. Why am I blanking on his name? That's
Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about an older guy.
oh my God. Why can't I find
I'm
his name
confused.
here? Why does the internet never work for me? J. Jonah Jameson, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, there we go. J.K. Simmons. God damn it! Why couldn't I remember his name? You know J.K. Simmons, right?
Wait a minute. He's in this project that you're talking about here.
No, no. We're trying to establish if there's a connection between the DCU and the Batman, and I'm saying it doesn't.
Yeah.
The cast, even the casting in the Batman doesn't match up. So you have Jeffrey Wright playing Gordon, and then you have J.K. Simmons playing Gordon in later, and then you have
Okay.
and like I said, I don't think they ever want to bring back Jared Leto's iteration of the Joker, even in prequel form.
But didn't they?
So
Wait a minute. I haven't seen Harley Quinn yet. I think he was in Harley Quinn, wasn't he? Didn't he have a couple scenes in there? Or not at
no,
all?
no,
No.
there's a body double used in one shot, I think, from and he's like from behind. It's
Oh
shot
my
from
god.
behind.
This has become a DCEU tradition now to have characters, but not by the actual actors. Bloody hell. They did it
Yeah,
with
The
They did it with
Joker's mentioned.
Superman. Okay.
Yeah, it's so I don't think the Batman movie is an actual DCEU film unless this is the first in a reboot. But that doesn't make any sense because they're still continuing with the DCU.
They still got Wonder Woman coming out and everything.
Aquaman 2 is going to be made. I mean, it made
I,
$1 billion the
I,
first one, so
I personally would just trash it all. It's all garbage. um I would just focus on, like, you're trying to bank on something that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has already basically milked at this point, and I think that not as many people are hyped for Phase 4 than we were going into, previous phases. I think it's kind of lost its steam at this point, and I think DC should just concentrate on
yeah.
they should concentrate on character driven stories like they did with Joker. That was great.
And another
Publish it
thing,
under what is it? DC Black Label is what they put it under instead of
yeah,
DCEU. That's fine. Carry on with that.
yeah, they're calling it DCU now. No, and Matt Reeves or nobody has come out and ever really confirmed that it's connected. And another thing too, you have Andy Serkis playing Alfred. And my assumption is that this is going to be a badass Alfred because Andy Serkis is jacked, like he's a big dude, right?
Because
So then you
it's
have
the
Jeremy
Alfred.
Irons. It doesn't match up.
It's comparable, yeah, yeah. Because Jeremy Irons, the other
There's
Alfred is
no
more
there's
of
no
a he's more of a
conscious
tech guy,
attempt.
isn't he?
Yeah, there's no conscious attempt for them to cast younger versions of what we have seen in Batman and versus Superman and Justice League.
It
So
really does feel like Matt Reeves and his team were like, we're gonna find who we think would be awesome in they're doing their own version, and they didn't look at anything else that was. Who's Colin Farrell gonna be? Is Colin Farrell in this movie?
he's the Penguin.
Oh, oh, really?
Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman.
Yeah, that I yeah.
Are we gonna? That's what I'm interested in. Are we gonna see Colin Farrell as Penguin in this show, in this Gotham show?
I don't know. Does he do shows? Oh, he did. Oh, he did True Detective.
Yeah,
What kind of format is this show gonna be? Do we know? Is this like a
it's an
10
it's a
episode per season kind of thing?
let me just look at the article. It says HBO Max has given a series commitment to a drama set in the Gotham Police Department from Matt Reeves and Terrence Winter. Variety has learned the untitled series will be set in the world Reeves is creating for the feature film The Batman. Now, now, right there in the world Reeves is creating, I think this is a whole new thing. I think the
You think they're
Batman in this
rebooting the
show,
whole thing, like the whole DCEU, or you think
yeah, I
just
don't.
they're doing a side Batman kind of universe here?
They're doing a Batman universe. I don't think. See, actually, this is what I've wanted because after Justice League, I was like, just get Batman back to the basics. And even if you look at this as an actual prequel to Batman versus Superman, nobody else is around anyway. So Batman's like the only one out there at this point, right? I mean,
The
Wonder Woman
problem
was
is
one. Yeah, go ahead.
everything you tie this movie into the DCEU will none of it will elevate this movie or this TV
No,
show. It'll just drag it down. If you have to tie this into Justice League, then it's a shame. If you have to tie it into Batman v Superman, it's a shame. If you have to try and force bloody like Wonder Woman or something into like a cameo or Flash doing like some sort of Flashpoint thing into this movie, you can't. It's gonna be awkward, especially considering
and
Ezra Miller might not maybe be the Flash. We don't know.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
I
confused at this
think the
point.
Snyder cut of the Justice League will be the last that we'll see of any kind of Justice League from this kind of universe.
Maybe
I
that's like they're trying to redeem themselves. They want to release the Snyder cut so that they leave the Justice League on a high note,
Yeah.
maybe, and then they just don't want to touch it anymore. Because
Well,
we're not gonna see like a Harley Quinn. We're not gonna see Margot Robbie in a Gotham procedural TV show. And
no, no.
I wouldn't expect. And she's too
She wouldn't
young.
be around. Like I said, if this Gotham thing is a spinoff of the Batman, none of these people would be around anyway.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it
maybe you could get like a young Will Smith, a young Deadshot.
no, no, God, that I let's just say it's not connected because in the article goes on to say the untitled series will be set in the world Reeves is creating for the new feature film The Batman, with the intent being to launch a new Batman universe across multiple platforms. It is said to build on the film's examination of the anatomy of corruption in Gotham City. It is the first project announced under Reeves's new overall deal with Warner Brothers Television Group. And
So,
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 yeah,
so this is Matt Reeves is like the Kevin Feige of the Gotham of the
the
Batman
Batverse.
universe, the Batverse. Now, this is a new
Yeah,
thing that we have.
yeah,
The
it
DC
seems
seem
exciting.
intent on trying to drag on the DCEU, where clearly it's not like you have other things that can
But
work
I
better.
don't. Yeah, this is the solution. I think this is
But
it. This is them
will
saying,
this Batman universe eventually, you think, if this is a reboot of the Batman thing, will they
hmm,
eventually stop releasing like Aquaman movies and Wonder Woman movies and then eventually drag those characters into this universe, do you think?
I think for the foreseeable future, the DCU will go on for as long as it can, I guess. But this particular new Batman universe that Reeves is in charge of, uh, I don't know. Maybe it'll go in the direction of Todd Phillips' The Joker and be like an R-rated thing. Because I can imagine doing another Gotham police show, putting it on HBO Max of all places, and it not being like ultra violent and cursing and nudity and blah blah blah.
It has to be like some. Have you heard of what's it called? God damn the damn show, Thing of Harlem. Um, wait a minute, I want to
Harlem
find it.
Nights.
No, it's a very recent show. I
Oh,
think
King of
it's
Harlem.
called the Godfather of Harlem.
God, yeah, with Forrest Whitaker.
Yes.
I did see one
Um.
episode. Yeah,
Okay. Is it going to be more like that? So is
I
it
don't
going to
know.
be like centered around like the really the nitty gritty crime, but then it's going to be like very adult.
Well, you're definitely
Like
gonna have
it's not going to be spectacle. I think like with far fetched. Well, I mean everything in Batman is far fetched anyway. Like they can't be doing Mister Freeze and shit, right?
No, no, I don't think they'll go there. I think they'll focus mainly on just the crime boss
It's gonna
aspects and the
it's gonna be
corruption
it's
within
gonna
the police
it's
station.
yeah, it's gonna be Falcone and
Yeah,
oh what's
there's going to be like Daggett,
what's
Falcone,
Moroni, what's he called?
Maroney, yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be them, right? It's gonna be
Bullock,
the criminal underworld.
and
Yeah.
Bullock is going to be,
Who was
like
the
the version of
standout
him
in
in
Gotham?
Gotham is going to be 10 times worse in this show. You know what I mean? He's going to be ten times more
Who was
corrupt.
the standout I found in
Yeah.
Gotham?
But he was he was an asshole, but he was a hero when he had to be. I think they should do Bullock as like a complete piece of garbage shit that he actually is in the comics.
With no
And like
redeeming qualities.
Gordon truly does hate him. Like they don't really actually get along at all. They just tolerate each other
Oh yeah, because they had a very close friendship in
in Gotham.
yeah in Gotham.
I think this new Gotham show is going to make the old Gotham look like Sunday morning cartoons. Well, it already seems like that
It
anyway. I
already
mean,
is that pretty
it
much.
already is that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued, but then I don't know. At this point, cinematic universe wise, or just like continuity wise, we have a Gotham in existence with a Batman in existence in the DCEU. We also have that going on in the Arrowverse, which is two. We've also got the Joker movie, which technically could have a sequel, in which we've already been introduced to Bruce Wayne. So that's
Yeah.
three, and now we're having this one. So that's like four current um, existing Gothams and Batmans at the same
Yeah,
like
Michael Keaton might maybe coming back in a Flash movie.
it seems a bit much at this point, to be
Yeah, it's a lot
honest.
of it's bat saturation.
I'm I mean it's like I get this is the same thing that Sony are trying to do with Spider-Man, right? They're trying to milk Spider-Man for everything that it's got. They're just making a million movies and they've got like 16,000 TV shows planned. But then Sony is stupid because they don't even have a streaming platform. Like, where are they going to put all these movies and TV shows? Like, where are they going to put them?
Yeah,
They're
it's
even
true.
like leasing them to. Well, they're not even letting Disney Plus put them on Disney Plus, right? You can't even see the Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus.
Well, yeah, because Sony,
So like Sony has
yeah,
at least three Spider-Man spin-off shows announced. Where are you going to put them? No one's going to watch them.
they
Like, you
had.
need to
I
you
didn't
need to
know
put
they
them
had all
streaming
those.
somewhere.
I didn't know Sony had all those spin-off shows
Oh yeah,
announced for
they've got so
Spider-Man.
much going on for Spider-Man. Like there's like all of these different Spider-Verse shows. They've got like animated ones, live action ones, every kind of style and protagonist and what have you.
So you've seen Batman the animated series, right?
No,
No.
I saw a few episodes when I was younger, but it's not something that I followed necessarily.
Well, Batman, the Mask of the Phantasm, which is the film version of that TV series, is actually one of the best Batman movies ever released.
Okay,
And it
but
was because
you
it
don't
was
like The
actually
Dark Knight Rises, so
no well I like it. I just don't think it's all that. I don't think it's as good as The Dark Knight.
okay.
It does have a lot of cool, interesting things, and it goes outside the box a little bit.
No,
But
I think it's the most underrated of all of the Batman movies. I think it's the one that gets the most hate, but it shouldn't.
yeah, well, Batman the animated series is it was actually more mature, and the movie Mask of the Phantasm, they were more mature than the actual Tim Burton movies and the Joel Schumacher movies out at that time. They actually they
More
actually
mature
had
than the Tim
better
Burton.
story structure. Yeah, the cartoon from the '90s was actually very well written and had great characters in it. And Gotham kind of took inspiration from that in some ways, but I think this new show should really look at the animated series and Nolan's movies. And one of the best things about The Dark Knight Rises is actually the Gotham PD. It's the one movie where they're actually featured very heavily, and where they're in that
Hmm.
scene underground and all that, and of course the big clash at the end.
Yeah.
So if they go in that direction, I think it might be good. Yeah. So yeah, you got to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly.
Yeah.
This I guess I'm intrigued. I just don't. I'm baffled at the. It seems like there's a lack of structure going on over at Warner or DC or whatever it is, HBO.
It's
I don't know.
They're in an
Everyone's doing just
experimental
anything.
phase.
Yeah, it's this is like they're doing everything and anything.
Yeah,
I
but
think
I think they're
Joker
doing better
was
now
bad.
than they were before.
Oh yeah, for sure. But then
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. It seems like now they've understood that they want to go dark, really.
yeah,
And but now that they've taken, like, now that they've finally decided to go dark, Zack Snyder's no longer in the picture. It's like they should have let Zack Snyder do what he wanted to do in the beginning. With a, I mean, just you should have. If the guy had like a creative vision, you guys should have just let him do that, and you should have maybe not forced an entire Justice League cameo into like the Batman v Superman. Maybe
yeah.
do a solo Batman movie first, and then like a Man of Steel 2, that kind of stuff. I mean, Henry Cavill is still contractually obligated to come back as Superman a couple times, I think.
If they want him back,
Yeah,
they don't
but
have to. They don't have to make any more movies with him. But and they probably
they're
won't.
kind of bastards though, because like they didn't put him in the Shazam movie just to not lose one of his appearances contractually.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Henry Cavill wasn't actually in Shazam, right?
no, it's just someone else.
It's just a body double.
Yeah, in the suit, and that's it.
Yeah.
So they didn't lose one of his, because like every time he appears in one movie that counts, and he's signed for however many movies. Like he's the Witcher now anyway. He doesn't care.
You know what I think they should do going forward? I think Wonder Woman 1984 and Suicide Squad and Aquaman 2 are the ones that are supposed to be coming out. I
Hmm.
think they'll play out and they'll be their own thing. I don't think we'll ever get a sequel to Todd Phillips' The Joker. But I do think this new Batman universe is going to be the new thing that everybody gravitates toward, especially if they do go dark.
And
And there is,
eventually they will bring in characters like Superman, that kind of stuff, into this universe.
yeah, I think Superman's dead for the foreseeable future. I think they don't know what the hell to do with him. You know what I think they should do?
There's
Go ahead
articles
with
every week about how they don't know how to make him relatable and that kind of stuff.
They should go ahead with this Batman stuff universe, but then somewhere down the line they should reboot. I mean, like completely reboot Superman and set it in the 70s, so it's separate from other properties that you could say are in the world, but they don't exactly connect because they're different time periods. So retroactively, if a Superman movie comes out that was set in the 70s, you could have him and Robert Pattinson's Batman meet up at some point in Batman's present because Superman never ages. You know what I mean? So you
Mm.
could do something like that. But yeah, as far as the DCU, just let whatever they're doing now play out and let it die. But then again, if they're really hugely successful, then I don't know what they're going to do. They're just going to keep milking different universes. And I think we're all getting a little too comfortable with the multiverse and everything. Like 15 different versions of each character in every franchise. It's like too much.
Yeah, at this point we've got, like, we've got multiple Spocks, multiple Batmans, multiple Spider-Mans. It's become.
That's why the MCU was successful because it stayed on one path where everything was
Yeah,
connected.
I like the idea. There's like, I think we can spoil in game at this point, but I like the idea of we kill Iron Man and he's gone, right? Like, just move. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pissed off that he's gonna be in Black Widow, but I guess that's a
Is
prequel.
he?
Yeah, apparently he's gonna be like, but in like a, I don't know if it's a flashback scene or in the past or something.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it undercuts his death, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I gotta
All right.
go.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
I'm
wrap it up
intrigued.
there. I want to thank you for joining me, and we'll talk again soon, bud. Thanks.
All right.